What if the best barbecue sandwich you ever had was made from human flesh? In the 1990s, on the edge of Baltimore, there was a roadside food stand run by a large, quiet man named Joe Metheny. The smell of sizzling meat and smoky barbecue filled the air. Drivers pulled over, hungry, curious. They ordered sandwiches. They smiled. Some came back again and again, telling their friends they'd found the best pulled pork in town. But what they didn't know was that they were eating people. Joe Metheny had turned murder into a business. After killing his victims, often people no one would miss, he chopped up their bodies, mixed the flesh with pork, and grilled it. He served it on buns with sauce, paper-wrapped and hot. Metheny wasn't just hiding his crimes, he was feeding them to the public. And people devoured it. He later admitted that he took pride in selecting the good cuts of meat. He claimed human flesh tasted just like pork, soft, tender, easy to cook. He wasn't just killing for fun. He was creating a product. He was marketing death. No one suspected a thing. His size, over 800 pounds, his quiet demeanor, and the isolated location of his food stand all helped him stay hidden. He operated in plain sight, smiling at customers who unknowingly paid him to eat the dead. Years later, when the truth came out, the horror wasn't just about the murders. It was the realization that dozens, maybe hundreds, had unknowingly taken part in his crimes. That they had swallowed evidence, chewed through horror, and enjoyed every bite. Joe Metheny didn't just take lives. He served them, grilled, seasoned, and wrapped with a side of silence. Joe Metheny's life collapsed when his wife disappeared with their young son. It broke him. Left angry, abandoned, and bitter, he spiraled into hatred. But instead of turning inward, he turned that rage outward, on drug addicts, on the homeless, on anyone he blamed for his misery. He searched for his wife, convinced she had fallen into a world of addiction. When he couldn't find her, or the people he held responsible, he made a decision that would define the rest of his life: he would kill someone else. Anyone. 2 random strangers became his first victims. They hadn't harmed him. They didn't even know him. But that didn't matter. He murdered them, and in that moment, something inside him awakened. He later admitted that the killings gave him a rush. That it wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about power. About control. About how it made him feel. Joe Metheny killed because he liked it. Plain and simple. Over time, his pattern grew more depraved. He didn't stalk victims for a reason, he simply hunted. He saw people not as human beings, but as objects. As meat. As material. And when he realized he could use their flesh to make money, the last shred of morality vanished. Joe Metheny became a predator without a conscience. One who didn't just destroy lives, but used them for fuel, for profit, for pleasure. There are killers who act out of desperation. There are killers who act on impulse. Joe Metheny killed because it made him feel alive. Joe Metheny wasn't brought down by clever detectives or high-tech forensics. He was exposed by one of his last victims, a woman he had kidnapped, chained, and tortured. But she fought back. She escaped. And she led police straight to him. They thought they were arresting just another violent man. But what they uncovered was a twisted legacy of murder, cannibalism, and deception. When interrogated, Metheny told them everything. In detail. Calmly. As if he were reading a grocery list. He described how he killed. How he butchered. How he mixed the meat with pork and sold it to strangers. And he showed no shame. No fear. No remorse. He even smiled. Officers reported that he seemed proud, like he was finally being seen for what he was. He didn't deny anything. In fact, he gave them more than they asked for. He explained how he picked his victims. How he cooked the meat. What the customers said. One officer later said, "It was like talking to someone discussing their favorite recipe, only the ingredients were people." Joe Metheny was sentenced to 2 life terms without parole. But in 2017, prison guards found him dead in his cell. No foul play. No one cried. No one visited. But one chilling question remains unanswered. How many people unknowingly ate human flesh from Joe Metheny's food stand? How many families, friends, co-workers, sat down and shared a meal made from murder? We may never know the number. But one thing is certain, Joe Metheny didn't just kill people. He erased them, and served them to the world.